a really quick meeting. We're all set on recordings?
Yeah, recording's on.
Thank you.
Josh here just.
Oh.
Josh.
Oh, good. Hello, Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You want me to keep it?
Okay, guys. All recordings coming. Good evening, everyone. My name is David McFadden. It is 7 o'clock on March 15th. This is the regular meeting. This meeting is now called to order. Let's rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're honored tonight to have a swearing in of a new officer. So why don't you come up to the front?
Yeah, I think roll call.
We'll do it after. Very precise of you, though. Okay, how do you want to do this? Why don't you, Chief, stand there? You stand over here. And I'll stand next to you. And if you want to take photos, you're welcome to come up, whatever you want to do.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, Jacob Goldstein,
Jacob Wilson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of part-time police officer
the duty of part-time police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Want to do a shake with the chief and then you and I?
And then you can sign as soon as you're ready.
Thank you.
All
Nice to meet you, by the way. Okay. When you're ready, Elizabeth, you can call the roll.
Mayor McFadden,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Shaw,
Present.
Trustee Brooke,
Present.
Trustee Castor,
Present.
and Trustee Sherrill.
I don't mind.
Present via Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye, have a good
Bye.
evening. All
Congratulations.
right, I have no comments, other than I wanted to thank the DPW, the building department, and the police department for an exceptional month. As usual, I'm becoming very spoiled. I think the village should be very proud of our group. That said, let's resolve to open the resolve to continue the public hearing on draft local law number 1, revising the lake laws related to dock size. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so what we're going to do is read some points that will be included in the draft that we received from the village attorney. It is a start. It may not be all inclusive, and it may we may be adding things to it. But for now, boats can be up to 25 feet. Docks can be built 1 foot longer than the size of the boat. There will be no change, though, however, to the bar process or the BZA process for any dock. No change in materials or anything like that. And also, I wanted to take the opportunity on this law to piggyback in something. Swimming in the Weewa Lake, we have a long distance swim club that's run by Sally Sani. It requires a swim test to get into it, but they use the Weewa Lake, and I wanted to allow them to use the Weewa Park as a launching area at their own risk. And by the time we debate this next month, we will have information from the village attorney and the insurance broker as to whether or not that's possible. So that's it for now. Does anyone else want to add anything at this point?
Nothing.
Okay,
I think the one thing I might add is virtually every dock to a boathouse, everything on the lake is a permanent dock. It's not a removable dock. The only removable dock is essentially the club dock because there's so many slips. So the law reads, you can only put in temporary docks. The quality of workmanship of a permanent dock is better than would be a temporary dock. So I think we will allow in the application process, permanent docks.
all right, taken and noted. Okay. So that said, I'd like to resolve to close the public hearing on draft local law 1 and continue it April 19th, 2023 at 7 PM. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Me too.
All right, thank you. Resolve to open the public hearing on draft local law 2, a law granting property tax exemptions for firefighters and ambulance volunteers. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we have that local law. It was distributed. Do any of the trustees have a question? Anyone in the audience or on Zoom that has a question? Okay, then I'm ready to pass it. How do you guys feel about it? Okay. Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees,
If I just jump in, you should close the public hearing first.
thank you. I said that, but it didn't sound like it.
Thank you.
All right, resolve to,
Is that like adjourning it in your own mind?
yes. All right, resolve to close the public hearing on draft local law 2, a law granting property tax exemption for firefighters and ambulance volunteers. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, so now it's appropriate to, okay. Does anyone have any questions before I call the roll?
Yeah,
Yes.
I personally benefit from this law as a volunteer firefighter. Am I allowed to vote or should I recuse myself?
It's really up to the board, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. You know, the question is if you have a personal interest in it, you know, would it be appropriate and do you have the votes? And
My view is, I appreciate you bringing it up. My view is you don't need to recuse yourself because although it does affect you, I don't think that you would be prejudiced in any way. Now, if the board, if you would like to do that, that's perfectly fine.
I think if anything, I'll probably abstain from the vote, assuming that
Okay,
the votes
Sure.
are here to pass.
right.
That would
I
play it
think-
safe.
I think ultimately the issue is one for you, is if you feel like your personal interest is impacting your vote, then you should recuse yourself. If you're not certain one way or the other, an abstention, I think is,
I think
Just
just
fine.
for optics as well.
and for optics as well. Yeah, that's, I think either one would be, any of the three options would be acceptable.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve local law 2, a law granting property tax exemptions for firefighters and ambulance volunteers. May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You abstaining?
I'm abstaining.
And Josh is an aye as well. Okay, thank you very much. I did vote on that a yes. Thank you for asking. Okay, we have reports. I'll note that Jeff is ill today, and the report is posted, so if anybody's interested, it's online. Does anyone have any questions about the minutes?
None.
Okay, with that, I'm going to open the public comment period. John, do we have anybody interested in speaking?
I don't see anybody.
Okay, anybody here in the crowd tonight? Okay, the comment period is closed. Let's move on to the consent agenda. A through G. Do any of the trustees have any questions? We'll take a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, on G, are you going to pick a date? It just says, like, there's a choice of 2 days, so you're gonna.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I think, Paul, you said you couldn't do Friday?
A week from this Friday, I cannot do.
Okay,
I can do Wednesday, I can do.
okay, here's the thing.
Oh,
As long as
I
we,
can do Wednesday.
you can do Wednesday?
Yeah.
I can do Wednesday too.
I said that, yeah, I could do Wednesday.
Okay, we'll do Wednesday then. Thank you, Elizabeth. Wednesday.
What time are we talking about on Wednesday?
10:30. And if you can't make it, I mean, we only need a quorum. This is basically
I can make it.
good man. All right. So, any questions? Okay, resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the consent agenda items A through G. May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Josh.
This is Wednesday,
You're welcome.
second at 10:30.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, new business.
Did we pass the consent agenda?
Yes.
We just did that one.
Does anyone care to comment or question number A?
No questions.
To put a water meter on the town,
No, on people that have a well,
to put a meter on the well.
correct, because we otherwise have no way of knowing what water's being used to charge for the sewer rent.
Trying to understand the logic. If you put a well in. the water is being used.
All right, so there's a group of customers
They flush
that,
toilets with the water. from
yeah,
the
there's a
well.
group of customers in the
They flush
village
toilets go
that
into
use the sewer system, but have a well. So we need to gauge how much water is used internally in the house to build the sewer rent properly.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
So if the
Okay.
person's using a well solely for watering the lawn or something,
Correct.
that.
That will
may
not be
have to
included.
metered. But if the
That's
well is
correct.
used to supply internal water, that's to be metered.
Correct. And we want it to be fair and accurate.
Yeah. that's
Okay.
right.
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees,
Let me just jump in. I spoke to Brian about this item. His recommendation and mine too, is that it should probably, you could do it by resolution but it may not have any teeth. It may, right? And so,
certainly doesn't now.
right, and so if you want it to have teeth, then it shouldn't be done by local law. And if you
Right.
wanted to do that.
I was hoping to avoid that because it's such a long process and it
Yeah.
costs us extra money.
So just.
We
so-
only have less than 2 people that we're dealing with here.
Okay, so as long as you're aware of the issues, you
Mhm.
know, if
Right.
you could do it by resolution, just knowing that it
Right,
won't
so how
have
about this?
teeth.
So we do it by resolution and then we'll see if we get cooperation. If not, then we'll have to go to a local
Fine.
law.
That's fine.
All right. Okay, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees require residents with wells to install a water meter for the purposes of determining accurate utility rents at village expense under reasonable circumstances. May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, now the bar, thank you, Josh. The bar
You're welcome.
would like to change their meeting schedule from Wednesdays, what is it?
It's currently the first and third Thursday.
First and third Thursday of the month to once a month,
They agreed the first and third Mondays. when
first and third
necessary.
Mondays, when necessary.
At 5:30.
Okay. First and third Monday.
Mondays At 5:30 when necessary.
Mhm. And we're doing this because on the annual reorg meeting, we have a schedule. All right, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve a change to the bar meeting schedule to the first and third Monday, if needed, at 5:30 in the village office. May I have a second?
Second.
Any questions? Thank you. Elizabeth, audit of claims.
Okay.
We didn't actually vote. We just seconded.
All in favor?
True.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you for doing that.
Good catch.
Yep.
Good catch.
$128,657.27. Water fund claims were in the amount of $42,282.79, and sewer fund claims were in the amount of $7,108.75.
Did you get a look at these?
Well,
That's what we're signing, those things. I have not had a
These are
chance.
just-
Yeah. That's the vouchers.
Would you like to do the resolution?
Be it resolved that the Board of Trustees approve the general fund claims in the amount of $128,657.27. Water fund claims in the amount of $42,282.79. And sewer fund claims in the amount of $7,108.75. Do I have a motion?
I'll call the motion. Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you. Budget transfers.
I have not, I just received them. I haven't had a chance to look at them. So,
Okay, so can we table it until next Wednesday?
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
next Wednesday,
during the Board of Assessor meeting.
assessor meeting.
Yeah, we can approve it then. Just to give our budget director a chance to look at them. Okay. Any other items anyone would like to add before we move on to executive session? Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees enter executive session. It is 7:15 to discuss legal matters, contract and employee matters. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Thank you. I'd like to invite the chief.
Can we just turn off the recording, please?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, on the public record, invite the chief in to join us.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's kill everything.
Well, stop the recording.